Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we're going to have Aimee. Aimee is from Ireland. So let's see what Aimee has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Aimee. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
I like your headset. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yours. So tell me, how was your day today?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, for Thursday. Can't wait now for the weekend.
So tell me, what has been the highlight of your week so far?
Of my week so far. Oh boy. Um, Probably this interview. We've had a quiet week this week because we've had our son's confirmation last week. So we've had a pretty quiet week, but that was definitely the highlight of last week. Yeah.
Sweet. So he just had the confirmation.
Yeah. So we had a nice day out with the family. Yeah.
Amazing. And where are you from, Amy?
I'm living in Kerry, so it's in the southwest of Ireland.
That's the place where you're born and raised?
No, I was actually born in London and then I was raised in Tipperary and I moved down to Kerry then.
And why did you change from London to other place and where are you living right now?
Well, my parents are Irish. They're from Ireland. They went to London for work. And then when I was about 3 months old, they moved back to Ireland then to raise me in Tipperary, where my family, all my family is from. And then I moved down to Kerry for work and I met Josh and I never left.
What's the biggest joy of waking up in Ireland every morning?
Biggest joy. That's a good question. Um, I suppose there's a few different aspects of that. I mean, I'm waking up to Josh, to my kids, knowing that we're getting to work on something that we both enjoy doing with the podcast and putting in hours there. So yeah, I live a good life. Do you know, I'm happy waking up every day.
Oh, sweet, very sweet. So tell me, let's start the interview talking about your podcast. So tell me when the idea, came along. I know you share with Josh as well. And so
Yeah.
tell me how the idea came along, how we started this journey so far.
So it was Josh's idea, really. He kind of said it to me one night. You know what would be cool? I have this idea for this podcast. I think we could really make something out of it. And so we had a look into it. There was a competition being run at the time with RTE in Ireland. I think it was RTE. It was either RTE or 2FM. And they were looking for new podcasters and they were asking for submissions. So we submitted a little demo. It didn't get anywhere, but we found that we had a flair, kind of a love of making those episodes. So we said that we wanted to stick with it, and we're here 2.5 years later, and we're still going at it nearly every
Wow,
night with an episode recorded. Yeah.
that's amazing. And what's the inspiration for you to organize your videos and to put all together?
Well, now, in Josh's defense, he is the one that does most of the editing and the
Mhm.
script writing. And then within the Horrorverse network, we call it, we have a few different themed shows. So my one, my love would be it's a series we call Playing with Bones. So that's the one that I write. It's a history
Okay.
podcast, horrific history and kind of scary history, gruesome history. But I'm a history fanatic, so that's my baby on the network, and I love it. Yeah,
Amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey, okay?
yeah.
But before we start our journey within the magic box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Something interesting. I don't know what a lot of people don't know about me. I'm a very open book, if I'm being honest. I suppose when I was in secondary school, way back, I won't even tell you how long ago that was. We did concern debating, and we got to the semi-finals, All Ireland semi-finals, which was yeah. But it was a big learning experience, and I suppose I wouldn't have be as confident talking to people or public speaking if I hadn't done that. I don't think a lot of people do know that about me. It would have been nice to win it. The year before us won it, and they got to go to Haiti, so we were very
Well,
disappointed not to have won.
But just
Yeah.
to get there was already a big achievement, just to be part of it.
Oh
That's for
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Let's go.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Right, so before I start the interview, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Amazing. First question is, what would be your ideal day?
My ideal day would be to wake up not too early, but early enough to get a good run at the day. Sit down, have a cup of coffee, a chilled out cup of coffee that I'm not rushing like most mornings. Um, and I suppose just traveling. I love traveling around even Ireland.
Right.
When I first moved to Kerry, I loved doing the Ring of Kerry. I've done that so many times. So that would be a real ideal day for me would be to take the family out and bring them on sightseeing trips, around Ireland. Yeah, yeah.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
Bit of both. A bit of both. So I'm definitely a morning person and then I slump in the evenings and then I get a second wind at night. So best of both worlds.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Aimee, next question for you is, talk about traveling. Tell me, where is the most exotic place you've ever been?
Most exotic place. The farthest place I've been was Amsterdam. I went to Paris. Obviously, as I said, I was in London, but I don't remember London. But that's the most amount of traveling that I've done outside of Ireland. I loved Amsterdam. I can barely remember Paris. I'd say I was about 15, but I remember being in awe of the place. But Amsterdam was magical. Yeah, we went at a time when it was like a heavy snowstorm. So it was really nice walking through all that architecture and the snow falling. It was lovely.
For you to actually, you just made me remember now, the first time I've been to Amsterdam, it started snowing out of nowhere as well. I remember now the very first time in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Tell me
It's
something.
nice when it happens.
It's I remember, and it's funny because I'm originally from Brazil, and I was with a Portuguese friend there, and it was kind of evening, and I could hear some people talking Portuguese from Brazil, and I could believe that I was in Amsterdam, and
Oh,
Brazil.
wow. You felt at home, so
I know. Tell me something, as you mentioned about that you were born in London, but you just lived for 3 months, and you never had any other time living here after that.
no, no, I didn't. I'd love to, when I was younger, when I was graduating, I would have loved to spend a few years there. But maybe in the future we get to go over and back a tiny bit.
I see. Okay, next question. Let's do it. All right. So before the next question, what's the biggest joy of running a podcast? What do you like the most about it?
The satisfaction of a well put together episode when everything comes together nicely and you turn off the microphones and you know you've done a good episode. But the work that goes into each episode as well makes it very rewarding when we've pulled off a good episode. And you can kind of see that then when you go to cut the promos from it, that we look happy in what we're doing as well.
And the opposite side, what do you find most challenging about it?
Well, for me, it's pushing through the tiredness. So I have a full-time job as well. And obviously I'm a mom to two kids. And by the time that we get to sit down at night, there is an element of, oh, I'm wrecked. I need to put on a face, for the camera. But once we press play or once we press record, it kind of goes. It's easy to perk up again. Like I said, if you love what you're doing, it's going to be easy to get into it.
Totally. And there are some days that you somehow you can disconnect out of it, or it's always there in the back of your mind.
No, we do have days that we disconnect from it as well. So Sunday is always a family day. We'll sit down, we watch movies, or we do a few bits and pieces. But it is easy to connect, to have that connect, to spend time with family.
Hmm.
But there's always something to be done with it. So it is always just a tiny bit kind of in the back of your mind. You might spend a half an hour watching a movie and you'll think to yourself, oh boy, this would be good for the podcast, or oh God, I got to do this for the podcast. But yeah.
I see. All right. Next question is, tell us about the first and the last movie you watched in the cinema.
The first movie I watched was 101 Dalmatians. So that was being rerun in cinemas. It was re-released when I was a kid, and it was my dad brought me there. Obviously, I loved it.
Uh,
The last one, the latest one that I watched, we went on Friday night to see Scream 7.
oh my God, how did you find it?
Um, it was good. It took a second rewatch on Sunday to say, yeah, it was a good movie. I came out feeling a tiny bit deflated. It wasn't what we were kind of expecting or led to expect from the movie, from the promos for the movie. But
Right.
all in all, I have to say it was good for the most part.
And what's something for you were disappointed about it? What's something maybe you put too much expectation needs? Actually, I was talking to a friend yesterday about it, and this friend said that it wasn't that scary that the trailers showed off. He felt like a bit disappointed because of that. That was the reason.
Yeah. I can understand that. It wasn't, but then again, I wouldn't consider any Scream movie to exactly be scary.
Hmm.
I mean, it would definitely more of a vicious movie. The kill scenes were kind of more inventive, and the effects used in those scenes were absolutely phenomenal. I think what let it down a tiny bit from what we were expecting to see. I don't want to say too much in case people watch this that haven't seen
Okay.
Scream, but we
Yeah.
were kind of fed breadcrumbs over the last few years of what might happen. And
Hmm.
it did happen, but in a roundabout way that made it not really happen, if that makes sense. I really don't want to give away any spoilers or anything like that. But I think so many fans put in a lot of hope into what might happen, and we were led to believe it might happen, and it didn't happen. And the ending just kind of fell a tiny bit flat.
Right. And for you to go to the cinema, do you most of the movies you watch is horror movies, or you have like for you you can go for any other kind of movies?
When I go to the cinema, it's usually horror movies
Mm-hmm.
because of the nature of the podcast that we do.
Yeah.
But when I'm at home, I have a very wide taste. I love period dramas. I love musicals. I love, obviously, I love horror. I love good action as well. Kind of
Okay.
dystopian future horror. I mean, absolutely fantastic. I don't know what kind of genre to put Hamnet into, but that's a movie this year that has absolutely blown me away.
And which genre that you don't like at all? For you is you never liked it. There is any?
Um, See, that's hard because I'm like this with music as well. You'll always find something good in every genre. There's no genre that'll stop me from watching a movie as long as it's a good movie. If it has a decent storyline, I'm sold.
I see. It's interesting because, for example, I love musicals, but I don't like musical as a movie. If you know what I mean, I don't know. Not that I don't
No?
like it. I don't connect with it. I don't know why. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
and I love musicals. I love a lot of big productions.
I'd love to go see big productions. It's just here where I'm living, we don't have that many big productions. I'd love to go to a West End production or a Broadway production. So a lot of the musicals I do get are on film, but I can see how some of them would fall flat if you're used to seeing them on stage.
I see. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Amy from Ireland. Next question is, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, right this moment, where would you go and why?
Um, mm, mm, mm. I'd love to see New Orleans. I think it has a very rich history. And if that was, yeah, that's definitely on my bucket list. If I was to go over that side of the world at the moment, it would be to New Orleans and back. I think there's a lot of even creepy history, kind of horror history. It's all very rooted in New Orleans. And it seems like a fun city.
I see. When you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being Amy? What do you like the most about being you?
Um, mm, mm, mm. Oh, that's a good question. It's a hard question. The biggest joy about being me. Oh, you're after stumping me on that one. It's not that I don't find any joy in being myself. It's very hard to put that into words. I mean, I love being me. I love my life. I have a very nice life. I
Hmm.
think I'm very privileged to live the life that I am living.
Amazing.
Um, I have two wonderful kids. I have a great partner. We've got a great support system. I mean, like I said, we have this podcast that we love doing. We put our heart and soul into it. Um, yeah, that's just life as it is at the moment is going very well. Right now, that is the biggest joy for me, seeing everything coming together, everything running like clockwork.
As I can see your eyes shining talking about your kids, what's the biggest joy of being a mom?
Just watching them grow. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, watching them grow, but also kind of the sense of accomplishment in there's so much on our plates and we can look at them and we can still see that they're being raised well. They're still well taken care of. They're growing up into two fine young boys like that we're very proud of.
Wow. And so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from them?
To look at things with a child's eyes, I think. Um, New experiences for them are nearly like new experiences for me, if that makes sense, because you can see the joy that they're taking away from different things. And it's like doing it all over again, or it makes me think of my childhood and when I got to do certain things for the first time and the feeling that they're feeling.
Yeah, I get your point. I think you just realize when you see them, their reaction, you go like, my God, those simple things that somehow the world that we live right now, you don't see it. And sometimes you see through their eyes, through their reaction.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
amazing. It's like a second opportunity for us to remember those things.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's important as well to kind of feel young in yourself, like, do you know?
Totally. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Amy, next question is, how do you manage your self-doubt?
Push it to the back of my head. Self-doubt. Put it in a box in the closet in the back of my head. It'll be fine. If I was to think of every doubt that I had in myself, I would be in a corner somewhere, not facing the world. I mean, at the end of the day, we all have self-doubt. Every
Totally.
single one of us. And
Yes.
I mean, if you didn't push past it, what kind of life are you living?
And if you could sit down with your 13-year-old self, what would you say?
To not rush growing up, to kind of just take it slow and to live in the moment because you're going coming into the best years of your life. Just take it slow, everything will fall into place.
And when you think about your childhood memories, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
There is a lot. I think family barbecues and family gatherings back when, before grandparents start passing and things like that, and the family unit was very whole. It was nice to be in the middle of it.
Totally. Okay. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Oh,
Right. So before the next question, let's go back to your podcast again.
yeah,
It's alive pods. That's the name of it. Yeah.
that's it. Yes, yeah.
So tell me, when people they watch the podcast, what's something about it that gets people attention? What's something about it that the audience they connect with you?
Um, I think what grabs people's attention first off the bat is the way we present it, because the
Mm-hmm.
idea for the podcast was to take horror movies as if they have happened in the real world and talk about them like these are real crimes, these really happened, or these are really spooky stories that nobody can figure out. But then we bring in crimes that actually happened in the real world and try to root those movies in the real world. So we have something to fall back on. What might keep people with us is that I would say myself that we're very down to earth. Do you know where
Right.
we kind of laugh back and forth? There's no just say highbrowness there, like, so I think a lot of people would relate with that.
I see. Okay. Next question is, what is something you can't live without?
I can't live without my contact lenses. I know it's a very small thing, but I have really, really bad eyesight. And if I lose a contact lens, if I'm waiting for a new delivery, I am a cut cat with my glasses on. I get headaches. I feel like I can't see properly. And for the life of me, I can't keep my glasses up on my nose. They're constantly slipping down, and it just makes me cranky for a good day or two. It
I love,
seems very trivial, but
I love the honesty. I love it. It's something very simple, but it makes a difference for you, for sure.
it
Big.
does. Yeah.
What's the meaning of life for you, Amy, when you think about life?
Meaning of life. To live a good one. Um, to live an honest one.
Uh-huh.
To treat people the way you want to be treated.
Hmm.
I think if you live life without any judgment, that the same will come back to you, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Um, yeah, that's it. Just live a good life. Really make the most of it. Make the most of it because there's people there that want to have a long, fruitful, happy life that aren't going to get the chance to have that. So it would nearly be a dishonor to those people for you to waste your life away.
Tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that feel very grateful for it.
Um, a life lesson. Not to rush into things, I think. To sit back and to plan. I'm the type of person that I do have the habit of kind of jumping ahead of myself. But especially again with the podcast, I've learned not to rush things. Put in the work, learn how to do something properly, learn how to do it to the best of your ability. If it's worth doing properly. And you just take your time.
And what will be the title of your memoir one day?
That's a very good question as well. The title of my memoir. Aimee Rose on her rise.
Oh wow, I love it. And when people read your memoir, tell me the message that you'd like people to take with them.
That hard work will get you places. That and the meaning of family, I think, and how enriched your life can be by your family.
Wow. Okay, two questions left. Let's do it. You like dancing?
Uh, sometimes, if I have a drink or two down, yeah, or if I'm at a wedding.
Next question is, who is the most influential person in your life?
Mhm. Famous or known to me?
What's the first person that comes to your mind?
The first person that comes to my mind probably be my mom. She's a very strong woman.
Wow.
Yeah, I look a lot at her, and I think it's the same for every girl or every child that I see a lot in everyday life. And I'm like, well, my mom was right about that one. And there's a lot that I could have learned from her if I had listened earlier.
She's still with us today, your
Oh,
mom?
she's still with us. Yeah, did I
Yeah.
say that like she was passed
No, no,
on?
no.
No,
No, no,
no, she's still with us. She is. Yeah, yeah.
no, I'm just asking that because she's watching this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What should you say? She's watching.
I'll call you tomorrow. No, no. She knows uh,
Oh,
how I feel about her. Definitely. Definitely. You see, we're very Irish. You don't telling each other how much we love each other and broadcasting it goes against our Irishness sometimes, I think.
what's the biggest difference between you and your mom and the biggest similarity?
The biggest similarity, I think we look a lot alike each other. I think
Uh-huh.
we have very similar features. I'd say our biggest difference would be our taste in music, probably. Mm.
Interesting.
I mean, we
How?
we like a lot of the same genres, same artists, but then
Uh-huh.
there's others that I know she wouldn't. She would be mad about it all. Yeah.
When I asked you the question and you said about a famous person or not, if I would say a famous person, which person would come to your mind as influential for you?
As influential for me. Um, mm, mm, mm. See, there is an awful lot, awful lot. At the moment, I would have to say it's Jessie Buckley,
Why is that?
nominated for an Oscar this year. Well, I didn't know Jessie, she was an acquaintance, but I went to school with her and she was absolutely phenomenal in the school plays. And then to see her rise, like I turned on TV one night when I was 17. I said to my mom, Mom, that looks like a girl I went to school with. And she's there. And you know the Andrew Lloyd Webber TV show? And she didn't win that, but both my mom and I looked at each other the night of the finals of that TV show. And we said, like, she's going places. And then to see her rise over the years and the perseverance and all this hard work that she put into it, I think that's very inspiring.
Oh my gosh, you've been to school with her.
Oh yeah, yeah. Only for about 3 years. Now I don't know the girl. We were acquaintances. Like, you know, we're in the same year, but not the same class, if that makes sense. But I've
Interesting.
seen her from the start, say, of her stage career. And she's actually from Kerry as well. So she's kind of from over the road, about a half an hour over. But yeah, watching her rise and her work is has been fantastic over the years. Every few years I'm turning on the TV or turning on a movie or a TV show. I'm like, oh my God, it's Jessie Buckley again. Do you
Wow,
know? Yeah.
great. Amazing. Last question, ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Last question. Okay, but before the last question, I'm sure, run your podcast with Josh, you have a lot of memories, you have a lot of situations. But tell me, so far, tell me a moment or a situation that you hold close to your heart that you're never gonna forget so far.
That I'm never going to forget. I suppose it was when I got engaged. Was when I mean I'm engaged 12 years, 11 years. Sorry, but not in a rush to get married. But that was a very special moment for me. I obviously, but
Mhm.
I do hold that very close to my heart.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's funny. I was talking to Josh about it, how he told how you guys met each other. It was
yeah.
so sweet. I love this story. I remember now he's talking about
I
it.
was mortified. He said, "Yeah, I told him the story of how we met." I said, "Josh, you did not."
I love the story. I think it's amazing though, somehow some people they cross our lives, through other people as well.
Yeah,
Somehow they said, "Oh, you're gonna be good together somehow," and suddenly this person was right and things, get together. I
it's
love it.
fated. Like, yeah, yeah.
Totally amazing. Good one. Last question is, if you could send one memory to your childhood self, what that would be and why?
To my childhood self. Mm, mm. Save. You don't need to spend money on every single little thing. You don't need sweets. You don't need, just save your money. I'm trying to instill that in my kids now as well. But yeah, save would be the biggest advice that I'd give my childhood self. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Tell me the very first time when you hold your first kid in your hands, in your arms. Tell me about it, the feeling.
I don't remember holding him in my arms for the first time because I was so drugged up after the whole thing. But what I do remember is being in the hospital and pushing, his rocking his cradle back and forth. And I'll always remember it because I was looking down at him, and obviously it was not that I was in shock, but it's such a new experience, and you're so in love. But then when I looked up, and it was mad. Like I looked up out of the hospital window, and there's this fox just standing at staring at me like. And I always like to think it was my granddad because my granddad had a pet fox when we were younger, and he had passed at that stage. But if that's actually a memory I do hold close to me to go tie in with one of your earlier questions. That is something that stays with me is just looking up from the window and this fox staring in at me while I was pushing the cradle.
My God, what a great story, Amy. It's interesting saying that because I was in Canada. a few months ago,
Mm.
last year to visit my godson. He's 6 year old. And I was with my best friend. We went to the chalet just for the weekends. Me, the boys and his partner as well. So one point we were sitting outside, just me and him. We were kind of put like a fireplace, and his partner, she was cooking some dinner, and we were just literally just enjoy like 5 minutes outside. It was a bit cold, and he was very close to his grandmother, always being, and
Yeah.
she passed away a few years ago. And suddenly we started talking about her. She came like out of the conversation, and out of nowhere, a deer just crossed like between
Oh,
us.
wow.
And I was like, oh my God. And I'm very spiritual, and he's not. He's totally the opposite. And I told
Yeah.
him, I said, look, we are talking about your grandmother. We are in the middle of the nature. It's such a beautiful evening. We'll talk about her. And suddenly this deer just literally just out of nowhere, he just crossed like very close to us. And both of us got scared because we were not expecting. And I said to
Of
him, I said, you know
course.
what? Sometimes, those conversations and the connection with our loved ones, there's always a connection somehow. And no, and I'm not saying that was her, but somehow it just, this little surprise about this beautiful deer just crossing between us out of nowhere. It's amazing to see, isn't it? There's something,
Absolutely.
there's
Yeah.
something
I think some things are too much to be coincidence.
totally.
Way too much to be coincidence.
And because he doesn't believe in all of that, and he was like, okay, William, I'll give you that for now. He said,
So you changed him.
you know what I mean? And I said, because he doesn't, he's very the opposite. It's okay. Some people, they have their ways of, different ways of believing and approaching life. And
Yeah.
I said that, but it was such a unique moment. You just made me remember now based on your story. Amazing.
Yeah.
Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Yeah.
Let's start with money.
Green.
Family.
Love.
Fear.
It's not that I'm thinking of a word. My mind is literally just blank. Fear. Push through.
Okay. Life.
Fun.
Love.
Warmth.
Religion.
Fluctuating.
I like this word. Politics.
Boring for the most part. I have an interest in it, but it's boring.
Friendship.
Key.
Desire.
Trouble sometimes.
I agree with you. I would say, danger as well. Success.
Money.
Regret.
Sad.
Wish.
Star.
Happiness.
What was that one? Sorry.
Happiness.
Oh, love.
One word for Ireland.
Friendly.
Nice one. And the last one now. It's live podcasts. One word for your podcast.
Fun as well, I think. And also, please listen if anybody's listening to this.
Of course. Actually, one more. One word for horror movies.
Horror movies. Fun. Yeah.
Amazing. That was very easy, very straightforward.
That's because I love a good scare. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie that way.
For you, you'd prefer to watch a trailer movie, like a trailer, or you prefer a scary movie? For you, do you see any difference, or which one do you prefer?
It depends on if I'm watching the movie alone or if I'm watching the movie with somebody else. I consider horror movies to be very social kind of movies because there's something fun in being scared together, or something
I
fun
agree.
about me losing my life on the couch and Josh kind of getting a laugh out of it. And he very rarely would get a jump scare, but when that happens, well, then I get a great laugh out of it. Do you know? So there's social movies. If I'm watching a movie on my own, I'd probably go for a period drama or a gothic horror, um, or even like I said, musicals.
I see. Okay, if I would meet Josh right now for a coffee and I would ask him, define Aimee in one positive and one negative word only, what he would say about you.
he would say uh, hangry, and he'd also say intelligent. I get very hangry when I haven't eaten. I can't, it's only developed. I can't control, but that would be the negative that he'd give you is that she gets angry.
If I would ask the same question to your lovely mom, would be the same answer?
My mom would say, I think she'd say intelligent as well, but
Hmm.
I think she might say that maybe I don't think before I speak.
Interesting. Okay, let's play now, Amy and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, but before you ask the question, people watch this interview right now, and they don't know about your podcast. If would you like to say a little bit, tell a little bit about your podcast for people watch this interview, for them to connect with you, what would you say?
Yeah, sure. So you can find us on Spotify at It's Alive Alive Pod. We're on Patreon / the Horrorverse Network. So everything can be found on Patreon. There's the free tier, there's kind of a higher tier, and then there's another higher tier. But all of It's Alive Alive pod episodes can be found there in video format, in sound format. Then we have our paid shows, which are the Playing with Bones, the history podcast. It's a live action that will link in with what we're doing on the main show every week. Josh does his real talk with the doctor, so that's just discussing movies, reviewing movies, and then I Twitch stream every Monday night at Aimee Rose 9 from 10 to 12. So we can be
Um,
found all those places.
Amazing. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Amy.
Okay. Um, what's Brazil like? Because it's a country that I'd love to see.
Wow, great question. Brazil is such a huge country. We have 28 states. So every state you go in Brazil, you feel like in a different country. Yeah. Of course, the same language, but differences, foods, they're different, the accent. So there's always something different about every state you go. I believe that for people who never been to Brazil before, I think when they go for the very first time, I would always recommend Rio de Janeiro because Rio de Janeiro is the postcard of Brazil. It's a
Yeah.
place where you can find, the beaches. You can find also, beautiful sightseeing. You can see modern high buildings, lakes, forests. It's always everything in one city. It's such the energy over there is just amazing. It's just beautiful. So yeah, in Brazil we have this, Brazil. I've been away from Brazil so many years, and it's interesting because something about our culture is, I'm sure in Ireland it's almost the same as well because we have this tendency, for example, in Brazil, where you can feed three people, we find a way to feed five people at the same time.
Yeah.
When you can accommodate two people to sleep, we can find a way to put four people to sleep at the same time. So there's always a way for us to accommodate things. Yeah? The way
Yeah.
we approach, we have this warmth about us. I don't know. I never seen where else. In place that I've been. We have this positivity as well. There's so many challenges in Brazil that sometimes we don't see as a challenge. We find a way to cross over it and to find a way to deal with it. So I
Yeah.
think Brazil is such an amazing, beautiful country that there's always something for you to try. There's a lot of like different cuisine, different food as well. But yeah, I would say Rio de Janeiro is the place to go for the very first time because it's something that you can taste Brazil, a little bit of Brazil, like the whole country in Rio. So yeah, Brazil just such an beautiful, and I'm so proud to be Brazilian. And even though I've been most of my life away from Brazil, but when I go back to Brazil, I have my roots, and I feel like the energy over there is just unique. It's
Yeah.
different. So
It's a
yeah,
country I'd love to see. It looks like a fun country. Yeah.
it's it's just a beautiful. Like when you get there, when friends they go to Brazil and they come back, they go like, "Oh my God, William, the energy that I never seen anywhere else in the world. Just people, the way they talk to you. I had some friends they've been there, like they met people after 10 minutes, they felt like best friends because." talking, exploring, and people that are very open-minded in some situations. And I think it's amazing for people to see that, and I feel happy when people, they come back to me, go like, oh, I had a great time in Brazil. I met like amazing people. And of course, not perfect. We have our, wrong side as well. However, I think the beauty of Brazil is about people and colorful as well. That's what I like the most about Brazil. Yeah.
Nice.
One
Have
day
to go there sometime, definitely.
Did you enjoy the interview, Aimee?
Pardon me?
Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. I really enjoyed the interview. It's my first solo interview. So,
Absolutely.
you made me feel very comfortable and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time for the interview. I know you're a busy person and you made time for the interview. I appreciate your time. And thanks again for Josh to connect us. I love it. I asked him and said, yes, why not?
It's no problem. I'll pass along your thanks to him. It's no problem. And thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I think Marcus Aurelius's quote is a good one to live by, and it does hold true, is what we do in life echo in the footsteps of time, and what you do in life will be remembered when you are gone. If you're an awful person in life, you're going to be remembered as an awful person in death. And, and that goes right back again to just live your best life, live a good life. Amazing. And that you'll be remembered in a positive light. Yeah.
Amazing. Very good.
Okay. That's great. Thank you very much.
Thanks again. Regards to your family and your kids. And we keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why do you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.